Hi Aries, welcome to your quantum reading. This is for Aries sun, moon, or rising, and as always, welcome to my cross watchers. Cross watcher, you could be dealing with an Aries and the message could be for you. So feel free to take it however it resonates with you and your situation. Keep in mind that these are general and timeless readings. Okay. And if you guys are wanting to book a one-on-one reading, my website information is down below in the description box. Just go ahead and subscribe your email there, and that way you'll get a notification when they open up, okay? Which will be soon again. I had some people requesting, so I'll open them up probably mid to end of April, okay? And as always, thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing. Thank you for all the ways that you've supported the channel. I appreciate it so much. And oh wow, this is a fun combination. There you are, jumping out. There's the Emperor card. That's Aries. So I feel as though over this next week, you could be taking more of some type of leadership role and not totally knowing it. I feel as though if this is like something about a work environment or some type of organization or any type of relationship you're involved in, it looks like there are a few peeps in here involved somehow, okay? This Knight of Swords is what's really interesting to me and popping out, because see the eyes? I feel as though Aries, like, whether you're in the leadership role or not, I feel like there's something that you're maybe getting involved in. It's either new, but there's like the judge. So there could be like a judgment call that you're making, or you're just seeing into something, or you're trying to maybe gain more knowledge. And what's interesting is the observing that you're doing right now over this person or this situation, whatever is happening. This is the really out there card, the Starborn. That's why I was kind of cracking up, because it feels a little bit as though that you're going into an environment kind of like scoping it out, and maybe even people are looking at you and observing you and trying to see what you're like, and maybe there's even certain things about you that they're trying to figure out if you're of the norm or you're like kind of eccentric or unique. Because Starborns could be people that are, you know, like Arcturian or Pleiadians. I don't usually dive into that, but I do believe in it to an extent. I just don't like throw myself too much into things and become too labely about stuff. But I mean, there could be something here about either you are like, you feel like you're a starseed, or you feel like you're meeting people that are, it's like really unique and really different, almost crystalline type of people. Like maybe they're like scapegoats in society, or they're just kind of the outcasts in some way, and maybe you relate with that a little bit. But it's interesting because there's this interesting person right here, the Hierophant down the middle, okay, because this is about tradition, conformity, ethics, and morality and advice. And this is, the other side is rebellious, unconventional thinking, being misinformed, but I almost want to say being misunderstood. Like there's almost something where you feel like you never really fit into an environment, or you feel kind of like, and maybe there's even a part of you that when you go into certain organizations or environments or group situations, there's a part of you that's always kind of like overly sensitive or thinking a lot about yourself and the way that you're being perceived, and you don't even always know how to handle yourself in certain type of groups and situations. So that's either you or someone here that you're dealing with, because I feel this is really interesting. Aries, someone I feel as though is going to be kind of like observing you and almost doing a lot of research on you. I do want to say that this is you. I mean, on the other side of things, because the Hierophant, this could be some type of layered thing, you know, that there's like, this is like you have some type of authority, or you're coming in as some type of, you have some type of accomplishment that you've made. If you're not like an actual business owner yourself, there's just something about your wisdom or your stability, or, you know, just the way that you hold yourself in authority, that someone, you've almost like caught someone's eye. Okay. That's what I'm seeing here. So someone could be doing like some research on you and looking up who you are, trying to get a few more details, because I feel like you've kind of caught someone's attention, like you're kind of, and that could also be vice versa. There could have been someone that came in and you've been listening to them communicate, and there's something that's kind of drawing you in about this person. So let's see here. I feel like the Judge card, it's really interesting that that's coming in, because it's kind of like that's either on your side, or, you know, that could be reversal, that maybe you're even meeting someone that is also like you. If you relate with the whole starseed thing, it could be someone that you feel like is like of the same star, you know what they say about that. I never know all the lingo, I don't follow it that big, but it could be that you feel like you're from the same like starseed family. That's what it is. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I feel as though, yeah, there could have been a situation that currently or whatever you've walked away from something. Okay, I feel like you're either currently in this process and now you're still kind of cautious or putting up boundaries. But it's interesting that it's the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Those are the court cards that are coming out. So it feels as though this is almost like a situation on the side, and maybe it's even currently what's going on with this particular entanglement, or what's going on is because of this process of the thing that you've had to walk away from, you're still quite a bit cut off, or you're kind of detached, and you're not really really ready to let down your guard and to really open up your energy. But it's because probably a part of this starseed thing is that for a while you were entrenched in some type of situation or environment that was just so like, this is what's interesting that I view about this. Okay, I feel like the way that you might have been raised, if you relate with the whole starseed, or if not to that extreme, if you just feel like you've been a scapegoat in some way, just like an outcast or a black sheep in certain environments or your family situation, I'm like, to me, it feels as though it's like this chemical thing that happens where you get programmed with more shame, like you become a shadow version of your parents. Because with the Emperor card, this can also go back to your father. So if your father had some unresolved stuff like shame, guilt, or fear that was programmed when you were born, and that became a part of your cellular structure, then it means that you might have come into like more challenging or hard situations. And that's what I view light workers to be, is because they've been through more like lower vibrational experiences and emotions, and so they have to do a little bit more work and effort into finding the light, and they work with the light. They come in there, that's the star, they come into a higher vibration, and then sometimes they lower. It's like this constant process of coming into relationships that reflect that shame, guilt, and fear, alchemizing it, and then moving forward, always progressing. So star seeds have this different process, and it could come across as being rebellious because, you know, maybe you don't fit into the norms or what you perceive to be the norms. Okay, 10 of Wands. Yeah, feeling super overburdened. And I feel like this walking away process that you're having to go through it's taken a lot of dedication. It's taken a lot of kind of faith for you to believe that something's going to be better. And the boundaries that you're having to keep up are kind of exhausting, I feel like, too. Because you could have a very particular person, and maybe Aries, like, interestingly, the entanglement that you're balancing between right now is holding your boundaries with specific people and trying to stay open to the new, you know? Because I feel like with that Starborn, you might meet some people or come into an environment that's very... Yeah, there it is. There's the Wheel of Fortune turning things in a really positive direction. So look at this. All this hard energy feeling cut off, and then things turning around, going in a different direction. Let me see what it turns into. Forward movement. That's good. Yeah, I kind of like this because I feel like, so the Four of Pentacles in the Chariot, That's saying there could be travel or movement that comes in, and maybe that's the process that you're going through right now. There might be some movement that comes in, or you just have some, this feels almost like you get to this point of giving up, which don't give up, but it's usually in that moment that your energy just surrenders because you've let go of like a really restricted energy. And it's funny that the Four of Pentacles is over here too, because I do feel as though there's someone that's still kind of like grasping onto you, and that might also happen, just it could be currently happening in your environment, and you could be still feeling like you need to hold back. Also, another random side message, like keep your money, you know, like watch what you spend your money on. Conserve, save as much as possible, because there's going to be some big movement that comes up ahead that I feel like is involved with this wheel turning in a different direction for you. And that's going to be very helpful, because I feel like when it comes to this environment and getting the wheel to turn, it's going to require you kind of holding back a little bit in your energy, because it's almost like you're conserving, and it's in all ways. Like sometimes I look at that at like, I know this is random, but sometimes that can be like a celibacy, or, you know, just like really being intentional about all the ways that energy exits your body, whether that's through communication, like you're being very observant and making sure that what you give your energy to is something that does return positively. So we'll dive into the extended. Let me grab a portal card really quick. So I'm going to do the portal cards on this side instead of the extended. So let's dive in here. Okay, you have two. Oh, I love the fractal tree. Okay, nice. Aries, okay. So right now you could be going through this growth, okay? Because you have myth of the fractal tree, and this is kind of like, you might not be seeing your growth, but it is happening slowly, okay? It's like a tree. It's like you can't, you know, you can see a seed when it sprouts up from the ground, but when it comes to a tree growing, you can't really see what it's happening day by day, but that's what's happening to you right now. There's something really big and significant happening, and if you were to really look, you would see the amount of growth that you've been through, and I feel like it is coming to this new beginning. Something could be opening up here for this portal for the beginning. There's a door. There's a door that you'll be walking through. God, this reminds me of Temple Grandin. Like, there was a door and I walked through it. That's what's going to be happening here, a new door that you're going to be walking through. So, Aries, if you guys want to join me over in the extended, feel free. Go down below, click on the Vimeo link, and I'll see you over there. But if this is where we leave things, I'm sending you guys so much love, wishing you all the very best, and I'll see you in your next reading. Take care.